Hello friends, Arthur here, and this is ZSL Narrow Track Review Part 6, and we start with Thin World by Unice. And I would say this is quite tricky track, especially with soap lines, wall rides. Loops are not straightforward, so you need to steer there, and two weird elements at the end, but weird in a good way. First, it's when you need to ride on the roof. It's quite nice to use props. And second one is the jump to the uphill. I would say pretty tricky trick. And the last point that I not really like, it's AFK part of last like 10 seconds. You can put finish instead of checkpoint 4 and it will be a really nice track. Narrow comeback by Grail. Well, second track in a row with a soap. And honestly, soap is way worse than ice for me. Basically, I believe the track built around that you need to be prepared of the soap. You need to put your line adjusted to your speed to not fall off from right and be slightly faster to not fall down. So even if it looks quite easy track, I believe it's like medium hard, leaning to more hard part, just for people who don't know what the soap is and how to deal with it. Lane Shifter RPG by Viridescent. I would say quite hard track, especially the part where you need to go upside down. It's not a line that transition to the like upside down road from wall ride is like quite hard. I fall there a lot of time. Then I would say the loop to checkpoint 5. Again, you need to understand how physics in Zipkins work to do the right moment of looping, to not fall off and to not finish it earlier or later. And then the most crucial thing for me, which I honestly did with big luck, and I failed the most my attempts here, it's this weird loop, which I honestly, again, finish with just luck. And the finish itself, quite nice, like pulling fence, really nice. And this track have really cool AFK. Nomous by Ajax. I would say it's quite technical track, not really fast, but with a lot of like jumps, precise jumps, and really precise transitions. And really like calm pace. You really need to be prepared and like understand what you need to do and what to expect, and more focusing not like on the speed, like losing grip. It's more about preciseness, and the really calm, like around 100 speed, give you this opportunity. So more focusing on steering, minimal steering, and maintaining your speed. Because for my understanding, if you're like losing speed at some points, there is no comeback, no boosters that help you gain speed again. So you need to do all in one goal, one run. Well, yeah, all tracks should be done in one run, but I hope you got the idea. Especially to checkpoint 6 to the finish. This up wall ride could be very hard. If you did some mistake earlier, potentially it could be even like speed check. But again, even if you do like okay, not even like gold medal, you will see that I was not even close. You still can do it. 3 Wide Super League by PS38. Honestly, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but this is the best track of all time, number 1. Okay, I'm joking, but joke aside. The first part I love, quite fast, like all parts are doable, but I face problem on the, what the word fork, I guess, it's like I failed there several times, like hitting it, so yeah, and then after that, the slowing point where you need to be really like catching this moment of slowing down. It's also really tricky. And then my worst part on this track for me is the paraglide and the finish to like from checkpoint 6 to the finish. I spent like quite a lot of time to really find the way how you gain the speed. Still seems quite hard for ZSL. Straight speed Lexer. Well, it's definitely speedy track, and it's all about like finding the ideal line with minimal steering. And I found that this track you can do with steer limiter like 60 in a keyboard or in a gamepad, and it's allow you to like do all the turns without smoke from the tires, maybe except like the U-turn after checkpoint 4, so like switching, and yeah, so not a lot of hard elements, so probably a lot of people could finish it, but to be the fastest or like be near the fast, you need to find the line without like breaking your speed by drifting. Redro by Morrowind, and honestly this is second time Morrowind and this track. I do not see any changes between first and second, except that on my second attempt I'm quite faster, but the track looks the same, and I posted it because posted this version because the previous one was sent like 2 days ago. As of track, there are a couple like tricky moments, tricky elements. If you lose speed or like do it wrong, you probably won't have enough speed near checkpoint 4, and you need to be really careful jumping into the pipe with arms up to checkpoint 5, because honestly I think you can do it without arms up and it's faster, but I just didn't risk. Brother, May I Have Some Loops by Groovy. And well, AFK never worked for me. I always hit the pole. Second, the track is, for me, it's quite hard because the tines are not helping. The angle, how your camera at from third person view, you're not seeing the loop to checkpoint 2. It's just by your feeling, by your guts, or by like doing it like 4th, 5th attempts, and then this transparent pipe. Not from the first attempt you can correctly align your cart to do this transition. After that, pretty safe jump with booster, with pretty interesting loop and jump to the finish, which I believe use some kind of like feathers of fans because you can easily fly over without arms up. Sketchy by Maxi12, and this is a really sketchy track. First of all, a really nice decoration. You can do this track with like, I don't know, like granny style, basically slightly braking, do this everything careful to not falling off, or like going risky and do without any brakes. It's really narrow, so there are a lot of risks how and where you can fall, and all these like mountain goats or like people and other creatures on the mountain are not doing you a good job. And at the end, you need to be very careful when you aim to the finish, because the wall after the checkpoint are not solid, so you can easily slightly miss and fly over. So be very careful there. Viridescent Sprint by Wombat, and I love such type of tracks. It's like pretty easy to finish, really hard to master it, to be fast. Everything there, like jumping, transitions, all jumps are, well, not really hard. I finished from the first attempt. Maybe the jump after checkpoint 2 could be tricky. I found that like going from left slightly right is better, or you can just use arms up for the safety. All other jumps are aligned on your like sense of speed, smoothness, how you'll be holding your arms up or not. But I believe there is only one mandatory part to do that. All other you can do without it. Okay guys, that was 6th part of narrow ZSL track review, and it means that we have 60 tracks, maybe slightly less because people are changing their tracks or like completely do another one. But overall, it's quite a big amount of tracks. So hope you enjoyed them, and leave your comments, leave your likes, what your favorite tracks. There's still like half a week to add your tracks, so let's make it 70. And see you next time. Bye!